Hey there, Blade fans. Welcome back. We've got 6 knives today that I am touting as my favorite higher end or high end, however you want to look at it, 250 to 550-ish. And some of the more recent prices are a little higher than that on the high end ones. So yeah, these are higher end knives. They're not custom. No, they're not Shiragoyev. Is that it? Shiragoyev? Shiragoyev? I'm sorry. Since I don't have any, I don't know how to pronounce it, right? You know the Russian custom maker. Anyway, these are ones that were affordable for me, in some cases, barely affordable. But I kept them and I do cherish them. And we're going to do a bit of a reveal here. Um, there could have been more, and your favorite may not have been in here. But there you go. And this gives me enough room to show them to you individually. Also, you're going to see me continue doing reviews with this massive bandage on my right hand, post-surgical. Hopefully I'll get that off next week. They'll scissor that off and pull out the stitches, and I'll have a little bit of lighter weight garb on that hand going forward. So no accident. It was elective surgery to fix a thumb that's been problematic for some time. Anyway, won't dive into that. I did a video on a big fixed blade, a Sachs blade by Cohen's Craft with this hand that way, and it worked out pretty well. But I will tell you that I can only manipulate these knives with my left hand because the thumb is kind of out of commission on the right hand. Let's get into it. Wow. It was going to be 5, but it grew to 6. So I am going to pull out number 6 that was kind of put in at the last minute because I just love the knife. It is around 250. By the way, all of these have individual reviews. So if you don't see measurements and you don't see scales coming out and all of that, it's because not only is it a little difficult for me, but I've already done it. So look them up on the channel and you can find full reviews on each of these. This is the Keto Kamasu, a design by Braden Sweeten. I believe that's how you pronounce his first name, Braden. Could be Braden. Excellent design. Keto is kind of a U.S. company that is part of the Reich knife company. So essentially these are made by Reich and they're branded under Keto. Beautiful Wharncliffe blade on this one. Could call it a reverse tanto. Yeah, could, except it's got a bowed spine if you call it a reverse tanto. Nice, very nicely done titanium bolster and some excellent we're going to call that marbled carbon fiber on this guy. Nice work on the spine, on the back spacer, kind of that jimped, if you want to call it jimping. Not too bad at jimping here. It's not extremely grabby. It's a little smooth, but it's cut deep enough so that you have a good grip on it. And speaking of grips, the ergonomics is great. I'm not going to be able to show you the action too quickly, and I don't want to cut my left hand, but it is dropped shut. It is both a hole opener, which I can't demo with my left hand. I am a lefty, strangely enough, but with the left hand having given me issues over the years, I migrated a lot of function to the right hand, and now I've had to sort of bring it back. I don't have any left-hand carry knives, except for the Ramlock MSI Microtech that I carry daily, and I switched that clip before the surgery so I could have something to carry with me every day. And it's fantastic. It'll probably show up in another year-end review. But these are 2023 higher-end knives. I'm going to leave them open. Got a blue pivot surround on this guy with kind of indented button. Not a button really, but a dished out pivot. T8, I believe, on the right side. Titanium pocket clip. ergos are just really, really nice on this, the way that they contoured that handle. Okay, so Keto Kamasu. It's either pronounced Ketuo or Ketuo, where you just sort of slur it all together. I'm going to put that down there. And maybe we'll kind of go in descending order of pricing here. So the RS Chaos, formerly called the Mayhem, a beautiful button lock by Vosteed and designed by RS Knifeworks. His stuff out on Instagram is just incredible. If you know his style, you can sort of see it here in that compound grind with a really nice fuller. By the way, the steel on the Kamasu is M390. Steel on this guy is LMAX because this is a White Mountain special, only in the sheep's foot style. They do make a Warney style in this as well, but that's branded under Vosteed and not a White Mountain special. Just incredible work, the milling on these grooves that are cut into the sides of the blade. Call it jimping if you want. There is no real jimping on the knife except for these two little nubs here, which I don't think really qualifies. But you can choke up nicely for using this for utility work. And LMAX is an excellent, excellent steel. Probably even, depending upon how it's hardened, and I don't know the HRCs on these, possibly a little better than M390, but characteristics are just a little different. I use Knife Steel Compositions, which is a free app for my Android, and he's got a lot of good information. Look how the, I know I'm holding the knives upside down, but look how the grooves here on the titanium handle are mirrored on the blade. And it's about a 3.5-inch blade. It's not an exceedingly large knife. There's your Vosteed. And right there is your, see it near the handle there, is your LMAX. And there is RS Knifeworks logo. It's a hole opener. It's a button lock, but it's an interesting button. It's kind of an oval, longer button. And it is just oh so smooth, the action on that. Can I finger flick it? Sort of. Again, I'm a lefty for a while and haven't done a lot of these actions with my left hand because I was relying on the right. I think that'll fit up there. Well, let's move on to this Reich Lamela. Both a stud opener, we'll call that, and a back flipper, and it is a integral clamshell style of handle. Very interesting. I'm certainly not going to try it today, and I don't think I tried it in my initial review, but there is a kind of a toggle switch there that you use an instrument to go in and slide that to be able to, my phone is ringing. Bear with me. Oh, it was my lovely local pharmacy that won't stop calling me because I've got a prescription to pick up. Anyway, screw it. 20 CV on this guy and just beautiful lines. I know that some other reviewers reviewed this, and I think everybody to a person absolutely loved it. Not sure I'm real fond of the branding here. I think they could have done without that, Lamela and the number. Reich has often done weird branding on their knives, and there's their scrolly kind of stuff again. You don't see it on the Ketuo designs, but there is a, this is number 16, which is kind of cool, low number. Okay, and got a nice fuller going here. They did provide some excellent jimping, some of my favorite jimping here. And it is a crown spine. I mean, that's just always, a lot of the Italian knives, if not all of them, use a crown spine. Action, if I can show it to you, it is a liner. It's a hidden liner. It is not a frame lock. See if we can get that to drop. It's a beautiful drop on the knife as well. Clip's got the ceramic ball there. Not everybody's fond of that. Interesting pattern on that cap. We're going to call it kind of a back cap that makes it look integral. But that whole thing comes off and separates, and then you can get at the adjustments for the pivot, which is kind of interesting. So the Lamela, and apparently it's available again. So it was unavailable for quite a while after the initial run, and it's back out there again. You can find it on Keto. I'll try to leave you the links to these where you can find them. We're going to go straight to another Reich-made knife. This is this time under the Reich label, and it is the Reich Arcade A5, and it is in a very interesting Damascus, and it is referred to as a mosaic Damascus. Let's grab this guy. This again is not a cheap knife. They're going in the $500 range. Maybe they'll come down. But before I open it, just look at this mosaic Damascus, which goes through and through. You know, a lot of people said, oh, well, that's just an etching on the surface. No, it is not an etching. It goes straight through. They are able to put the pattern of their choice in here. I believe it is a type of Damascus steel. I don't know if anybody's validated that yet or not, but they are able to, with various little pieces and rods of different steel, squeeze this out, or whatever you want to call it, forge it. It could be forged into the pattern of their choice. And here you can see Chinese characters, and somebody had given me the meaning of those characters. They were all positive stuff. They weren't cursing us out or anything. We got a recurve with a large belly. It's only about a 3.5-inch blade, maybe 3.6. Nice thumb swale there. Damascus clip. Damascus pivot with the Reich logo on it there. You can see that. Get it in focus. And we got a Damascus surround on the other side. I believe that's Damascus. Oh, yeah. And don't want to miss the back spacer, which is Damascus with what looks like brass surrounds on the side. Closer look at the blade if we can. Just check that out. Mosaic Damascus. And yeah, it came through blazingly sharp. One of the sharpest knives I have. Haven't touched it up. Don't think I stropped this one at all. See if we can fit her in there, wherever there's room. Get the Kamasu down there just a little bit. It's less expensive, brother. There we go. Just knocked my light. Pretty clumsy when you got this stuff going on in your hand. Well, I'm going to save what I feel the best is for last. Hard to describe, or hard to choose the best. Here, by Williams, and made by Lion Steel, is the Rocco Zukuri. There we go. They do say it's on bearings, but it's just a little, the detent's just a little bit soft on it. It is made from M390 on the blade steel and spectral fat carbon fiber. It is made by the Fat Carbon Fiber Company. You can see that it is got that kind of glow to it. Spectral carbon fiber is apparently 10 times, if I'm correct, 5 or 10 times denser than regular fat carbon. And it is so dense and structurally sound that they could make a frame lock out of it. The only steel in the handle is the hardened steel insert, which you see is screwed directly through this. They tested it for 100,000 opening and closing cycles. So before you say it's weak and it's going to get loosened up and it's not going to work, Check out their site. I'll see if I can leave the link once again. But this is an integral one piece of fat carbon fiber, spectral fat carbon fiber. Look up spectral fat carbon fiber. The clip is easily reversible because it attaches to the pommel. So left carry is very easy. No, I haven't set it up for that. It's not a drop shutty knife. It's a little on the stiff side, but it is not difficult to open. And when it's closed, just about the entire blade gets hidden into that Japanese style handle. Comes out, once you know to follow through on the back flipper, you have no problem whatsoever. It is an armor piercing style design that you see on a lot of the Columbia River Williams design knives. This is designed by Chris Williams, who is the son of James Williams. We're used to the James Williams designs. And it's quite a penetrator. We have a kind of a broken edge on the back, chamfer, that's the word I'm looking for. M390, as I said, bi-lion steel. And there is the Williams logo. It's the OZF S01. I think this is an improvement over an initial one, which is why I'm saying it came out in 2023, which I believe it did. If I'm incorrect, you can correct me, but I certainly purchased it this year, so we can use that as a qualifier. It is an extremely light knife. It's coming in between 2 and 3 ounces. It just, because of all that carbon fiber, there's no mass in the handle, but it handles and feels really, really great. No jimping, no. You've got a pretty good stop here for your finger. Is it jimped? It is not jimped. There we go. But again, opens nicely, and it is very, very unique in terms of materials used and design. Okay, told you I saved the last for best, the best for last, something like that. Here is the Custom Knife Factory Terzuola designed Eagle Rock. It is a monster version of his famous folding combat knife. It has a 4.5-inch blade. I said I wouldn't measure, but we'll measure because it's so darn impressive, right? Not sure I'm able to get it all in the camera for you, but it is, we're going to call it a 4.5-inch blade, and it is a full 10 inches overall. Check that out. Compound grind and all. There's been a few different versions of this. This one has the red and black carbon fiber, kind of a weave carbon fiber there, with stonewashed titanium bolsters. Timascus, I believe, surrounds, or could be Mokutai. Did they use it anywhere else? No, only on the surrounds. There you go. I think it's Mokutai on both sides. Massive, strong knife. It is, strangely enough, technically a liner lock, not a frame lock, because you've got the bolsters out here. Not really a bolster lock either. And it is drop shut. Thumb disc opener or a muted flipper tab with plenty of jimping. See if we can get it without it catching on my sleeve. That is the Eagle Rock Custom Knife Factory, Bob Terzuola design. See if I can get out just a bit further. Okay, well, there we go. I did it. Slightly impaired with the hand, mentally still fairly acute. Hope you enjoyed my high-end folders for 2023, my favorites. And yes, there are more. There are others. I picked up quite a few blades this year. So we'll see. Might do another one. I am going to move on to autos. Notice there's no autos here. I'm going to do favorite autos of 2023. And there's quite a few in that group. Well, don't forget to give this vid a like and subscribe. I will be back with you soon. Be well. Take care. Happy New Year.